Yeah, that's what we do, catching them young. I'm all smiles. It's exciting how you see dreams come true, how you see things begin from very small, and it turns out to be very big. Well, let me introduce my my partners on the show as we continue with the show. To my immediate right, Alfred Ogoligbe joins us again today. Alfred, it's a pleasure to have you around.
It's my pleasure to be here, Yemi. I'm excited to be here.
Okay. And Julian Ajunwa as well. It's a pleasure. It's been a while, I think. But it's good to have you around.
I'm also excited to be on the show, too.
Okay. There's a lot to talk about, and I know, you know, time not always our friend, but I think we should start with the domestic league. The good things about the domestic league. There's one or two things that may not make you smile. So we have decided to focus on the ones that will make us smile and ignore every negative thing tonight. So we will be talking about the Nigeria Professional Football League, the fixtures. I know, guys, you have a lot to say, but let's see the fixtures first. Let's see what's going to go down this weekend in the Nigeria Professional Football League. Interesting matchups in the Nigerian Football League. MFM will take on Lobby. Yeah, you have Plateau United take on 3SC. I feel so sorry for 3SC with what they're going through right now. Canopilas take on Ikorodu United. You have a feeling that's another 3 points donation. Lobby Stars, MFM. Rangers will take on
3SC.
3SC.
Yeah.
Okay, Rangers second. Plateau 3SC was last week. Aqua United and FC Ifeanyi Plateau United and Sunshine Stars. These are some of the matches that will take place this weekend. Eimba at home to Niger Tornadoes, Warri Wolves and Rivers United, Heartland El Kanemi, Wiki Tourists and Nasarawa United. Then you have, well, you may not agree with me, but I think the surprise package for me so far. Abia Warriors taking on Giwa. But let me quickly come to Alfred. Any of these fixtures jump at you?
For me, I will say that the oldest fixture on that list, Rangers versus 3SC. Of course, you know from what background they are coming. They come from. Just it's one clash that I want to see. Yes, they may not have won much in terms of trophy at the national level. It's been a while that any of the two clubs have won anything, but we've seen a resurgent Rangers team this season, and they are currently 27 points, 3 points clear at the top, and the way it's going for 3SC, it's a big struggle for them. Paid players have not been paid. There is so much,
a lot of cracks.
There is so much crack in that 3SC team. I just hope they put up a good performance in Enugu on Sunday when these two teams clash. But for me, that will be the clash of the weekend. Okay,
what we want to do tonight? Let's take a look at some of the teams. Julian, let's start with Lagos because that's where we are anyway. Let's talk about MFM. A lot of good things have been said about MFM, but people are saying, and I don't know if you agree, that maybe they're beginning to crack under the weight of expectations that is now placed on their shoulders. Maybe it's beginning to get heavy.
Well, the league is still yet to get to the halfway stage, and by virtue of what they've done, it's been very impressive. You know, no one felt they would have gone this far. I remember on March Day 1, they went to away to Nasarawa. They got a 2-1 victory. They've also gotten draws against Plateau United as well. So they've really done very well. They've surpassed a lot of people's expectations. And if you look at the teams they've also beaten at home, their teams ordinarily should give them problems. Canopilas were in Lagos. They didn't lose. They played 1-1. Rangers were in Lagos. They didn't lose. They played 1-1. So MFM has been very good. Yeah, MFM has been very good. And you saw the way they dispatched Aqua United the last time out by 3-0. So they've been scoring goals, but my problem is, as much as they score goals, they tend to concede as well. So if you want to win the league, you have to show up your back line. You know, score. You necessarily do not have to score a large number of goals. Anybody won the league last season, they were not the top scorers. Warri Wolves were the top scorers, but they're very stingy at the back, and that's why they won the league. But for MFM, they've done very well. I think they at the end of this season, if they can continue on this momentum, they've been able to pick points. They picked 5 points already on the road. For a team who are relatively new to the NPFL, it's pretty impressive. If they can win their home games, get a couple of points on the road, come on, they can finish in the top 4 at the end of this season.
Alfred, your verdict on MFM?
I think it's just it will be premature to talk about MFM winning the league. It will be a tough ask for me. If you look at that team, the two teams that have survived in Lagos, Canopilas, survived against them in Lagos, Canopilas, Rangers, these are teams that have No, they have history behind them. They have experience, established players. Yes, you can say that they look almost invincible playing at home, and that they showed to Aqua United. But if you look at the team, I know after the game against Aqua United, caught up with the coach, spoke to the coach. He said, look, for this team, their first priority, first and foremost, is to survive this season in the Premier League.
Not even continent.
We are not interested in the top 4. Permit me to use these words. We are not interested in the top 4. We are not interested in the FA Cup. We are not interested in winning anything.
Just staying afloat.
Survive the first season, because it's always difficult, that first season. And 2, the problem that the team like MFM will have is that it's not a big budget team. Now the Wolves will come with their monies. There are more established teams that have prospects of playing, giving these players
more money,
better exposures, playing them on the continent. Putting these players on the shopping windows will come with the cash. The question is, will these players remain loyal to MFM when this money come, or will the club not say, hey, we need this money to can take a walk?
That's an interesting. And I'm going to allow both of you into this. Do you think the pressure of keeping hold of their players will start next season, or this it's going to start?
It's going to start
the middle of the season.
It's going to start this season. Already, the big teams are talking about
some of their players.
Looking at the likes of Honor. You saw that pass that Honor was through. For me, that was the penultimate pass. He just an exceptional player. What's his name? Olatubosu, an exciting prospect. We have Udi. These are match winners day in, day out. Now, these players, if it comes to experience, they've gathered that experience at the Premier League level. Those who have the cash, who want to change their fortune, who are looking at winning the Premier League, because you need the best players to win the Premier League, or the best collection of players to win the Premier League. They will come with the money. Now, with these players, choose to remain with perhaps maybe the small in quotes team MFM, or will they choose to go to bigger grounds?
All right, Alfred, let me come back, because there was something interesting Julian said, but in few words, because we have to move on. In few words, do you think they have a problem in defense? Do you agree that they have problems with their defense?
They are shipping in goals. They are shipping in goals. But
away or at home?
At home, it's a while they've kept clean sheet at home, playing.
Even when they win.
But the good thing is, you can concede all of the goals, but as long as your front men are getting the goals, it keeps you. You can say, okay, yes, maybe that will undo them one of these days. But it's exciting seeing them going forward, and I think that's the hallmark of this team, and that's what's exciting about them. And
Julia, what do you think they can get from this weekend? Because
well, they're playing away to Lobby Stars. Both teams are tied on points, but Lobby Stars have a better goal difference than them. Lobby are 6, they are 8. And just to respond to what Alfred have said, you cannot write off MFM. Yes, their coach has said they don't want to qualify for the continent. Their target was to stay afloat. That's what Ranieri said. He targeted 40 points at the first half of the season. He got 39. So I think the coach is just trying to be a bit modest. Doesn't want to put pressure on his players. He's trying to take away that pressure from those players and trying to get the best out of them. They've been very exciting. I like the fact that they've won almost all their home games except for Kano Pillars and Rangers. They've scored plenty of goals at home. But the key to winning the league, you have to win your home games. But Wolves would have won the league very comfortably last season, because out of their 19 home games last season, they won 18. But on the road, they got very few points, and that's why Imba pipped them to the title. So I believe MFM can go very far. If the likes of Imba not even in top 10 yet, Kano Pillars have lost about 4 or 5 games. Teams will drop points. So if MFM can capitalize, hey, they can win the league.
Let's talk about Ikorodu United. I'm not going to ask you what the problem is, because we have said a lot. So let's just not talk about the problems. But they're going to Pillars, and I don't know. Is it going to be another donation?
The key. Let me just sorry for continuing. The key for Ikorodu United picking point. I mean, everybody knows the teams that you say, okay, these are the teams that will get points off. The key to them surviving is to make sure that they don't lose at home. Yeah, that was exactly what they did against Heartland. Nobody gave him a chance. In fact, Heartland came with the notion, down at some point. They came with the notion that these people, these Ikorodu guys are. Permit me to use that word, donatus. Okay. They keep giving out points, and today we've come to collect that point. When Anthony Osu scored early in that first half, the players relaxed. They relaxed and they started playing the ball. They thought it was in the bag already. And they had opportunity of going like 2-3 goals up in the first half. They missed all of that chance, and it was a different Ikorodu United that we saw in the second half. According to the coach, the coach of Ikorodu United, Sam Okpodu. Sam Okpodu said that for him, he believes in these boys. He knows that they can play very well. They are looking at, the season, the transfer window opening,
so
and I know they are talking to players. They want more experience and to beef up the squad. Okay,
Julia, let me allow you to have your say. Is it going to be another 3 points donation? They can travel away and pick something. Pillars still feeling the hurt of allowing Enyimba to come to Kano and beat them.
It's quite unfortunate that Ikorodu United at the next side Kano Pillars will play, because before that loss against Enyimba, Shooting Stars same calling, it was 6-0. And the fact that Ikorodu United have not even picked a single point away from home, it's a very big worry for them. And if there's any side who can inflict back-to-back defeats on Kano Pillars, it's not Ikorodu United. I'm very sorry to say. Yes, they play exciting football, they look promising, but they find themselves in a position whereby they get the first goal, at the end of the day they relax, they get scoring chances and they're unable to put them away. So they're playing against the Kano Pillars side who can also score goals at home. Rabio Ali and all the host of Adamu Mohammed, exciting players they have in that team. Well. I feel Kano Pillars will win this game.
Kano Pillars that's just coming off home defeat to Enyimba makes it I think a harder job for Ikorodu United.
It's very hard. It's very hard.
It makes the job harder for Ikorodu United.
Okay. All right, let's talk about Shooting Stars. I don't know. I grew up in a family where this team was loved. I grew up in that culture. Some of those players, I told Shifshego Odegbami the first day I saw him that, look, the things that were said about you in my family, I just had to take a picture with you. But it's not looking like that. You called Rangers and 3SE traditional teams, but the way 3SE are going this season, a lot of people are afraid of a scenario of maybe 2 or 3 seasons repeating itself, that this team might just go down. I don't know if you see that happening, Alfred.
If they don't start winning points, and the key, like I always say, it's doing your job at home. The away games, yes, you can
50-50.
Yeah, the away games are 50-50, but you can't afford to drop points at home. That's the reason why some of the teams, like Rangers, that has always been Rangers' problem for a while. Do very well. Sometimes like last season, teams like Nasarawa United drew, other teams pick points of them. If you don't allow that advantage of playing at home, just sleep. On the road, yes, it's 50-50 of the games. If you pick one to get a couple of draws, you are safe. I think that of Shooting Stars, it has to do with mentality. The players, I don't know really where I place it. Is it the players? Is it management? Is it in terms of support? But the stories that we hear of players being owed salaries of much as 6 months, I think it's not good enough.